Hey, you guys. Um, no more live Facebook for a while, and I'll probably post about it live on Facebook to tell you why no live Facebook for a while. But apparently, they took taken down all my videos, which means that somebody complained that I was speaking against the regime or something, and so all have been removed as being, I think, offensive content. I'm not sure, but I can't then let Facebook have all my content. So I'm gonna post directly to YouTube and then put a link on my Facebook and on my Instagram and on the Twitter and all the things so that I can get I have some stuff to say. I have some things to say, and I want to get them out there as best I can. So Facebook Live, as I think you all know, is very much about marketing and selling yoga pants and highlighters of facial contours and I don't know, other things. And so I'm not doing that. Yeah, I write books, but it's not that big a deal. I live a simple life. I'm not trying to really sell you guys anything but critical thought and a little resistance. So it's but it brings to mind how corporations, remember the first day I did the live video, I was like, isn't it amazing how important it is that we all have a social institution to cleave to? That I have UCLA and my husband has Boeing, which will probably be bailed out in the big corporations package, et cetera, et cetera. And that we need these social institutions and how important they are. And yet in my United States of America, we have given all of our freedom of speech, freedom of healthcare, freedom of health itself, freedom of education, freedom of transportation, of movement, of liberty, and all kinds of things to our corporate America. And it has become, in very many ways, the corporate states of America. And we are watching the pandemic spread globally around the world and now enter this country. This is really the very beginning of it, in my mind, reading what I have read from epidemiologists and doctors and people on the front lines and seeing the numbers rise as they are. It is very interesting to see this corporate states of America react to this pandemic. How do corporations find value in shutting things down? To what end? For how long? What is a human life worth, or lives worth, to corporations? What are elderly human lives worth to corporations? What is education worth? I teach at UCLA. What is that worth to corporations in a privatized United States? What is holistic health worth? Or are somebody's symptoms that can be tamped down for cholesterol or diabetes, even though it causes all of these other effects, is that more worthwhile? I listen to a lot of Tim Ferriss. I'm sure a lot of you guys do, and his talk of psychedelics and mental health and how effective it is, but how corporate America is not interested, because you could take these psychedelics once in a trained, controlled experience and have done with some PTSD that you've dealt with for years. Corporate America doesn't want that. They want a daily pill, a pill that you can keep on taking. Now, I sound to myself as I'm going on and on as a bit of a conspiracy nut, because these are the kinds of things that Noam Chomsky talks about. This is crazy neo-Marxist BS. This is over the top, right? Or is it? Or is it? And I think that this moment of pandemic has exposed to many of us, depending on the state that you live in, country you live in, what the values of that place are and what your worth to that country, corporation, system, institution is. And so with that in mind, check me out on all the social media. I still have things to say, and now that I've kind of moved some of the email to the side, just knock on wood, I shouldn't say that too loud, as chair of my department, I am now able to think a little more clearly about the class that I have going this spring quarter about authoritarianism in ancient Egypt and what it can teach us about authoritarianism today through the lens of ideology and religion. And I'm going to work on my syllabus tonight and tomorrow, map out my class, map out my topics, map out my PowerPoints and what I want to think about. And I'm going to let myself muse, not try to figure it all out, not try to wrap it up in any sort of neat package, but really let myself get messy. And as I do that and teach this UCLA class, I will share my ideas about all of this that I'm reading with you here on all the social media platforms, and would love your feedback about what you think we're going through and how agendas are potentially being revealed from your perspective. You can share how you're doing, share what's going on in your lives, and let's see if we can create a bit of an alternative community of critical thought and resistance in our own way. And on that point, I'll say goodbye. But this is the view off my front porch, which is lovely. Bougainvillea. I don't know what the big tall plant is called, but it's a native Californian something or other. And it's a gorgeous springtime day. That's my son practicing guitar. He's in the company School of Rock. They've kept all of their lessons on going via Zoom. He just had his drums. I waited for the drums class to be over and I waited for the guitar class because I thought that would be better. I know many of you met Julian on the live Facebook feed earlier today, which was a lot of fun, certainly for him because he's so ready to be famous. And you guys stay safe out there. Wear masks when you go outside. I've now decided that we all need to do this. Ever since I read that the cruise ship that was vacating 17 days ago still shows traces of that virus, significant traces. I need everyone to be wearing masks out there. I don't care. My husband's going out with a scarf on his face. I don't care, but I need you to put something on your faces. So please do that for me. And don't touch your faces. Wash your hands like a crazy mofo. Do everything I'm telling you, and stay safe, rally around. And if and when a family member gets sick, pull out all of those herbal weapons in your arsenal and see what you can do in the home. Start mashing up that garlic and making the children eat it, and whatever you need to do. If you've got wild herbs in your garden, there are many of them that are antiviral. Get out your mortar and pestle or a spoon and a plate and mash that stuff up and do something with it. So, ciao. Until next time.